All right. Um, let's talk about our midweek review. I hope you can hear me well. We just recently had FOMC, and we are having the rest of the week jam packed with USD news. But let's just see the charts. I'm gonna be reviewing Euro USD and AU. We are currently in a daily range, as you can see here. And we have already retraced above the equilibrium, so we are already in premium prices. So from this point we'll be expecting to see signs where price will start holding on the order block and probably heading lower. So what S&D do we have? We actually have the supply zone here that we rejected from, and we have rejected very strongly. So the view here could be that this S&D is being respected and that we'll be expecting a bearish Euro USD going forward. So in overall, as we could see, we're bearish in daily. So let's just go to the 4 hour, and from the 4 hour, just a moment, make this up here. Okay, great. Let's go to the 4 hour, and from the 4 hour you could already tell that we've been breaking the 4 hour structure, this being the last 4 hour that we just broke, and we have moved quite aggressively but in a very corrective manner to the downside. So I would view this as my current range for the 4 hour. With the viewpoint that I would perhaps expect price to at least pull back and then continue lower. With FOMC, as I've mentioned earlier, it has created this move, and my prediction behind this move is that we were obviously trying to grab the liquidity in this area before perhaps we continuing lower. So you might find that there is no general need for EU to push a lot higher, because there's also no supply zone to sort of mitigate. So in essence, it could be that we would be starting our bearish move just because we've already cleared the highs here. So after this move, we could be expecting for price to at least continue lower, and then maybe later in time come back to this area to close some orders before it continues further lower. All right, so with that said, this will be the overview on how I would be looking at it. So question could be the bias. Obviously bias be bearish, so we've also turned bearish on the 4 hour. So as mentioned, we just grabbed liquidity. We are looking for sells. So where do we expect price to perhaps reject, and where can we start selling? So obviously there's this I'm not sure if you can see it. I'll try and make it a little bit bold. We have this significant demand zone where I'm expecting price to reject from, and maybe from here we can pull back to any area within this zone with aim to continue the bearish move. So this is how I'll be looking at EU, and obviously the target could be your daily. So this is how it's gonna be. Yeah, so any entry within this area, and you're targeting the daily low. All right, so we can look at AU. Okay. All right. Just cleared my markups there, and also remove this alert. Well, as we would know, all the euro pairs, they are shaped, or they look the same, probably just similar. They all follow each other. Yeah. With that said, we can be expecting to see a sell also, rather a bearish move here. But before we predict that, let us just confirm. We've obviously been on a bearish move for a long time now. We've been moving bearish, and then we just pulled back to this supply zone, and we rejected strongly from it also. So we can be expecting to continue with the bearish move. However, this is not always a fixed type of an outlook. We do not control the market. Obviously, the market can at any point continue going forward. So let's go to the 4 hour. All right, so at the 4 hour, we've also started breaking structure. So it's actually similar to, okay, let me just do this for reference so that we can all see, so I don't lose anyone. This is your daily range, right? So from the daily range, we've retraced above the equilibrium, so in premium prices now. And then from the 4 hour, we've just also broken the 4 hour last low, and then we have created a new range where price would have to retrace from. So just like the EU, we could tell that with FOMC there was resting liquidity in this area, that they had to sort of take before they continue lower. So my approach here could be, we may not necessarily from this range continue going bullish, but rather we can be headed lower because we've just grabbed liquidity here. It's just the behavior of the market, and we were also mitigating a daily zone, so we can refine it to a 4 hour perhaps if we want to. But in any case, we have rejected from the daily zone, and we have broken structure already on the 4 hour. And my overview or plan here could be, let me see price, reaching lower. Sorry about that. Let me see price reaching lower and then rejecting from this order block, mitigating any supply zone before we continue bearish. That would be my cue to go in. So from now, I will not be looking for any position, but rather the setup as we've identified it. I hope that helps someone. So yeah, keep well.